Now, fresh news as I'm going to share with you the whole farewell letter from Interior Cabinet Secretary Dr. Fred Matiangi to Kenyans and his colleagues in government after serving in various ministries in President Uhuru Kenyatta's administration. Kindly like and subscribe. Now, in the letter that I'm going to read, Dr. Fred Matiangi pointed out his achievements in the last 5 years as the Interior Cabinet Secretary. The letter goes, and I quote, Inspector General of Police, Deputy Inspectors General of Police, Director of Criminal Investigations, Commissioners General of Prisons, Director General, Kenya Coast Guard Services, Director General Immigration, Principal Administrative Secretary, Secretary National Administration, Secretary Internal Security, Regional Commissioners. Dear colleagues, I humbly address this letter to you and through you to the rest of our colleagues who serve with you in your respective jurisdictions. In this life of a man, there is nothing nobler than being called to serve your country. I came to this ministry on Saturday, 15th July 2017 at 12:50 p.m. following the demise of Major General Joseph Ngaiseri. May his soul continue resting in peace. It has been 5 years and a month of an exciting tour of duty and pleasurable service to our beloved country under the great leadership of His Excellency President Uhuru Kenyatta. I want to thank him for bestowing his trust in me. I am humbled by the privilege to serve in his cabinet in 4 different ministries over the entirety of his tenure. I can never thank him enough for his honor. At this ministry, we have collectively served to deliver services to our citizens. We have done this while improving the welfare of the gallant men and women in security sector. This has been extended to other sectors that play vital roles in the day-to-day running of the government. As my tour of duty comes to an end, I exult in the pride of knowing that we have not only honored expectations but exceeded them by important and evident milestones. History will vindicate our legacy. This has been made possible by working closely with you and other highly experienced, competent and dedicated colleagues in the public service. I'll be eternally grateful to Principal Secretaries Dr. Karanja Kibicho, Interior, and Ms. Zainab Hussein, and Ms. Safina Kwekwe, Correctional Services, the 2 Inspectors General of Police I worked with, Mr. Joseph Boynet and Mr. Hilary Mutiambai, Commissioners General of Prisons, Mr. Isaiah Osungo and Mr. Wycliffe Ogalo, and Brigadier John Warioba, and their highly skilled and patriotic cadre. In their counsel that I often sought, I found a reliable inspiration for important decisions and actions around policy, strategy, and the implementation of the same. These men and women have rightfully earned their salutation for shepherding far-reaching reforms in our security institutions. Notable among these is the recruitment of more police and national government administration officers, availing of better and more resources and provisions of clearly defined career growth paths. In my visit across the country, I've been humbled by the manifest dedication to duty by our colleagues across the public service spectrum. They are the unsung heroes who sacrifice their comfort to afford the rest of us the peace to go about our businesses. It is my personal conviction that we have spared no effort to imbue our officers with the pride of working for their beloved nation. We must celebrate the fact that out of our efforts, security in our country is at its strongest. From our concerted efforts, the tripled rates of female genital mutilation, teenage pregnancies, and sexual violence that plague our girls have been tamed to an all-time low. Transition to the next level of learning for our children are at record highs. Important improvements in service delivery of essential services domiciled in the ministry, such as insurance of birth and death certificates, IDs, passports, and motor vehicle registration have been realized. Kenyans now can get these services with reduced time and at more locations across the country, obviating the need for expensive and time-wasting travel. Our multi-agency approach to security and the war against terrorism, extremism, and organized crime has borne evident fruits. The number of Tinya attacks that reduced dramatically. Our towns are safer and open to business for longer hours. Visitors can now travel to all parts of our country free of fear. Calm now prevails in many places where conflicts were rampant. Overall, we now have a more secure country to bring up our children and to pursue our private interests. I have the privilege to see firsthand the sacrifices being made by our brothers and sisters in all the special formations and teams in our National Police Service, Coast Guard, and Kenya Prison Services. While they are sometimes criticized, the safety we all enjoy is born out of their sacrifices. I owe them a debt of gratitude and I salute them. As a front row witness to your many sacrifices, I will carry with me indelible memories of your valor. I pray to the Lord to continue granting you His mercies and the requisite fortitude. May you find joy and satisfaction in knowing you give your all to your beloved country. May you never falter in your patriotic call to duty that makes the burden of duty bearable. May you find satisfaction in knowing that many are those who silently appreciate the loud achievements of your efforts. From our frequent and long interactions, I have forged strong professional bonds and made many friends. These shall not be erased or affected by anything. I exit Harambee House richer from shared knowledge of public institutions and a valuable contact based of men and women whose wealth of training and exposure has given me a renewed sense of purpose. The dawn of a new administration is at hand. I invite you to take deserved pride in your role as security providers for supporting the delivery of the most peaceful election in Kenya's history. Despite immense criticism, scorn, and false accusation of scheming to manipulate and interfere with the general election, our sector put up a stellar and professional performance in supporting the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission (IEBC) to conduct the general election. This has been lauded by election observers and Kenya's development partners. The just concluded presidential petition and the subsequent ruling did not indict our expansive team across the country in any wrongdoing. This affirms our collaborative professionalism and due diligence to duty. Equally, it is my conviction that those tasked with facilitating the smooth transition to the next administration will exhibit similar professionalism. The hallmark of our sector is consistent service and loyalty to the government of the day. As a new administration takes office, may you continue with the same principles as you continue to deliver quality services to our citizens. May the Lord Almighty keep you safe and guard you as you keep all of us safe. May the Lord Almighty strengthen your hands for the good work ahead. May the Lord always bless our country Kenya. And of course, kindly like and subscribe. Thank you.